Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back. We got the Deltaforce 34 Vortex on the block. This is a custom built hydroplane. I built this boat about, oh, that sounded bad, 2 months ago. That sounded terrible. And the last time I had this boat out, I desoldered a bullet. So we're going to upgrade the size of the connector. I'm currently running a 6. We're going to put an 8 on it. Also gonna upgrade the steering rod. I got these nice steering rods from Offshore Electrics. So stick around. Big B with Ironclad RC. So before we get into the upgrade, you know, working out that steering and stuff, I just wanted to show you guys the difference in size of the 34-inch and the 24-inch. 10 inches, right? You don't think it's that big of a deal, but daggone if it ain't bigger. The big Vortex 34, you know? Golly. I mean, it's... Whew. It's actually the first time I put them up to each other. It's a lot bigger. Check out the motor mount, servo mount I got going on here for this little guy. Just got it worked out. Still working out the little kinks and stuff on the mounts, but yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be pretty cool. Twin motor hydroplane. So a little backstory about this boat. Once I was finished, like completed the build, I did my maiden and I ran the boat about 4 or 5 outings, and it was actually doing some odd stuff. Like the whole back of my boat was kicking out, and I thought it was prop steer causing the back of my boat to kick out. I also, you know, thought it was center of gravity. I moved my ESC. I did all kinds of things trying to combat the prop steer, and come to find out it was an electronics issue with this boat. This ESC, the BEC, was weak, so I actually disconnected the BEC on my ESC and I run a receiver pack. Problem solved. The boat runs like a champ, you know. When I was trying to figure out the prop steer, I actually changed my rudder setbacks. I ordered a new rudder. I put a shim on my strut right here to try to angle it and try to combat that prop steer. And well, basically what I'm trying to get at is I did a lot of work back here, like on the fly, you know, like every day I was trying to figure out what was going on. I would do something new and I would run the boat. So I ended up changing out my steering rod. I had a 2.5 millimeter carbon fiber rod back here. So I threw this rod on. It's a 1/8 inch rod, and I think it's got, like I said earlier, it's got some steel in it. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and pull that thing off because I think I'm gonna need to do some work here. If I remember correctly, these connectors have a 4 millimeter post connecting it to the servo arm and the rudder arm, from what it looks like, these are a 3 millimeter. Okay, so we're gonna need to kind of do some figuring. Yeah, even like with RC cars, you get an upgrade and a lot of times you got to make it work, you know. So that's what we're going to do today. So I got this popped loose, and yeah, you guys see the post right here, it's 4 millimeter. Okay, and that's fine because we can use this connector for this end. So let's see, this is the connection I want to use the ball end for. Okay, we really don't need the ball end, to be honest with you, but oh yeah, it is 4 millimeter. Both of them are 4 millimeter. So all right, let's get this out. There's your part number from Offshore Electrics. I'll have links in the description. It's actually a pretty nice looking ball end here. 3-piece it looks like. You got your aluminum, the brass ball, and then an insert, you know. So when you put this on your boat, make sure that brass insert is on the bottom. Alright, that way it won't push out on you. Yeah. Okay, so let's check the size. So I have a old screw here, okay, and I always call these 3mm screws. I guess it's a 2.5, but I always call them 3mm, man. I don't know. Anyway, any freaking way. So it's 2.5. I always call these things 3s. I need to quit that. So that fits, okay. And the issue that we're having, my old connector that I drilled out here had the 4mm. So we got some play here. So we're going to need, if we just put a screw on here, we're gonna have some slop in our steering. You see that? So we really don't want that. It's not too bad, but we don't want no slop. We want it to be nice and tight. A little bit of slop's okay, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to get this connector right here off, and let's see here. So I can just use, so I'll be able to use this side. So we don't need to change up anything in here. Well, I guess I could. Just run the connector on my rudder here, this original connector, so we don't have to figure out how to shim that out and get a different servo arm. This one right here is the same as the one I have, but the one I have is drilled out to 4mm like I did here. And I guess we could run this ball end on the inside of the boat, like so, on our servo rod. That might work, you know. Like I said, I drilled this one out to 4mm. And then just run the rod to the connector on the rudder. So this ball rod end would actually be really good if this rudder like kicked up and needed, like, if this arm was on the rudder and it actually kicked up and needed to swivel, you know. But this is a Speedmaster rudder. The arm is stationary, you know what I'm saying? So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll just run the arm on the inside. That would be the easiest way to do it, you know what I mean? Or we could actually like these right here. These come with servos. They come with servos, and I've actually used those and like hammered them. I've hammered them into these 4mm holes, and it actually works. Let's see if I can do it real quick. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. I don't want to break this arm off, but that will work. That will work, and I have done it. Just hammer that little fellow right there in. It'll squeeze it, and you have like a nice tight fitting shim. That does work. But let's just do the one with the arm on the inside. I think that makes sense. That actually makes sense. Let's do it. I got my little helper here. This face is a mess. I got my steering trim zeroed out. I got my BEC, my ESC plugged in. So we have servo, okay? When you put your arm on, make sure you got that steering trim zeroed out. All right, make sure it's zeroed out so you can get the right position on your steering arm. In my case, I want my steering arm to go straight up and down, you know. Make sure you got movement or whatever. And now you need to put your screws in. It goes on here, see? Put it on here, and then it goes in here. Yep. So I've got Loctite on this screw. He wiped it off with his hand, but there should be enough on there. Yep, screw it, turn it. There you go. Yep, turn it. Alright. There you go. Turn that. Now we got to tighten up this screw on the side. Yep. Tighten it up right here. Tighten it. Turn it. Nope, this way. Oh. Turn it. Get it tight. There you go. There you go. So that should be on there. Alright, I got the screws that tighten and clamp down on this arm on, and I got the main screw in. Okay, so I might back this with a nut. This arm is threaded, you know, but for the time being, while we work on the boat, we're just going to leave it like that. Okay, ended up backing it here with the nut. Check this out, you guys. That's my motor mount I made for that twin motor. Pretty cool, right? So 4mm post, and if you'll look closely here, you see my nut won't tighten down on the arm, so I'm actually shimming this up with a 4mm Teflon washer, a little 4mm stainless steel washer, and we got the nut here, and that actually keeps everything nice and tight. Okay, you guys see what I got going on here? There you go. Spin it. Turn it like that. There you go. Keep spinning it. Yep, keep spinning it. There you go. Got to get it good and tight. Good and tight. Hey. Hey. There you go. Alright, so now we can put our rod in, our connector, and I'm going to get some Loctite on the grub screw and get it all tightened up. So before I tighten this down, okay, you want to make sure your steering's zeroed out. Make sure this rod is fully seated into the threads on this ball end here. Okay, and now I can tighten down on that grub screw. Alright, let's see if it's working. Yep, that works. It works. Yep, I made sure my rudder was straight in line with the sponsons, the keel, so to speak. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. Alright, buddy. Here, you wanna plug this in? Put this on. Put that on. Right here. Yep, push it hard. Yeah, good job. High five. High five. Give Daddy high five. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. All right, so that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and get this bullet soldered up. You know, a lot of you guys know how to solder. I'm actually gonna try out this .031 silver solder. It's Kessler. I ordered this from Solder King on eBay. He actually has these little, what I call tester packs, and he actually has the big rolls of it as well. So I figured I would pick up a tester and see how I like this solder. I've gotten rolls of solder, cheap solder, that I did not like. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and solder up these 8mm bullets. These are OSE branded. Comes with the heat shrink. Yeah, I got some work ahead of me. I don't think I'm going to video this part. I think I'm just going to do it. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm all done. Got my bullets soldered up. All right, I got a little bit of solder on the prongs on this one, but it should be all right. I'm going to get it all buttoned up here. Alright, so little man's sleeping. He worked hard and I wore him out. Alright, so we're actually going to finalize the video. Okay, I checked my motor rotation. I got the bullets plugged in, 8mm, got them heat shrunk. Plugged batteries in, checked the rotation, made sure it was counterclockwise before I finalized it. I don't think I'm going to put any zip ties on there. That may have been what originally helped desolder these connectors. I think if I remember right, I think I had them all zip tied together, like all 6 of the wires here, you know, both sides, and with them jumbled together, it held heat and got hot, you know. So I'm just gonna let them kind of hang out there. When I put my battery in, it'll kind of, you know, it'll keep them in place. That should be fine. I finalized my steering. Well, you guys seen me. All I did was add that nut I had mentioned earlier. I made sure that the screw I chose was larger than the inside diameter of this eye, in case it does for some reason like fly off, which I doubt. This is aluminum, you know. It should be good. It should be good. I got the eye on the right way. All right, that's plugged all the way in, and all this back here is buttoned up, Loctited. It looks pretty good. Okay, changed out that rusty screw, or nut, excuse me, nut. That one's probably, I think that, I want to say it's stainless. It magnet didn't attract to it, so we'll see. We'll see. It looks better than that little guy right there. It's completely wore out, you know. This one here don't have a locking nylon lock on it, so I have to get it super tight. That should be fine though. Okay, I was thinking about putting this old hobby wing in there. I think I'm going to use it for the Blackjack 24. Why freaking not? If I put this in here, I'm going to have to get a good cat pack from what I understand, and I just don't feel like messing with it, and I don't have the cash right now. So yeah, I'm going to get back on my Deltaforce 24 build. I just wanted to take a few minutes and get this thing back up and running from our last outing, you know. I got this saddle tape I want to put in here. I hate putting that stuff on my boats. It never looks clean when you put it in, you know. It's always like ragged and stuff, so I might use it, I might not. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps somebody out. Big B with Ironclad RC.